hello, Diana, and welcome to Entrepreneur Talks podcast run by Women Flakes.
Yeah, thank you so much, Yola, for having me. It's a great pleasure to be here to share my message, to share some of the value for your listeners, for your viewers. So, yeah, thank you. So honored.
You're welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. It's going to be amazing. I love your jumper. I love your jumper.
It's cozy, it's fluffy, and it's pinky, right? We are the Women Flakes color, so yeah, I'm branded.
Love it. And before we go through to my questions to yourself, tell me, where are you from? Are you talking from? Which country? Where are you?
So I'm tuning in from Stockholm, Sweden. So whoop for Europe.
I love Sweden. Okay, thank you so much. So, how is the weather there?
You see, I'm fluffy. It's cold. It's cold. It's dark. Like seriously, at the time of this recording, it's December here, and I think that the worst thing to be in Sweden is December, the worst month. Yeah. I am born and raised in Slovenia. I moved to Sweden 7 years ago, and yeah, the darkness always hits me. This month is the most challenging month for me.
Really? But in Scandinavia, right? It's not the same? It's not cold as well in December?
Yeah, it's cold, but it's really dry winter. It's cold because it's dry. It's not so, moist. It's really, really cozy, but it's cold. It's cold. It can get to minus 15 degrees Celsius. So it's cold. I'm not used to that kind of cold. And I'm a summer kid, so, ooh!
I love summer. But I always thought from Scandinavia, any countries from that side, they would do really well with this cold. That's fine. But now you told me, oh, actually, it's not like that. Okay, got it. It's a different cold.
Yeah, it's probably because I was born and raised in a very warm country. I was born and raised in Slovenia, so there we don't have such a low temperatures, and it's not so dark. I think that the most uncomfortable is the darkness. It's really, really dark. Like the sun goes out, or the day starts at 9 a.m. and it's already dark at 2:30 p.m.
Yeah.
So it's dark all the time.
it's kind of, I'm in London, and it's quite similar. Yeah, the day starts later, and goes darker very early. But there we go. We need to go with the flow, right? We need to learn to enjoy
100%.
Learn to enjoy this. It's just beautiful. On the end of the day.
That's why I think it's such a great to know, the season is for here. Our kids have 3-week winter break. And it's so good because then you can really unwind, respecting the season. And just being in the season you are in. This is the season to just go in, go within, just be cozy and comfortable and enjoy, make memories. I think that's the purpose for me, at least, the meaning of December. And both of my girls are born in December, so it's really celebrating, having the best time of our lives. So yeah, December is kind of stay at home and just, enjoy.
What is the day of because my daughter is well born in December. What is the date of yours?
So the oldest one, she is so cool. The oldest one, she was 13 on 3rd of December. The middle one is 21st December. She will be 8. And the little one is actually in January. So they are winter girls.
Wow, my daughter is 17 of December. So it's very close to one of yours. So beautiful.
So cool. How old is she?
21. 22. It's going to be 23.
Oh, mama!
Hello.
Wow! You look awesome for having 22-year-old kid. Woo! Fire on!
So listen to me, Diana. You look more awesome because you got 3. Hello, mama.
Yeah. Yes. Three. It's.
You go three.
Your
I go
challenge.
one. So.
we you know what, we're just gonna pat ourselves on the back. We are doing a great job, and we are empowering our babies to be really like amazing women, and we are doing an amazing job. Yeah,
that's so true. That's so true. So let's go to my questions, to my real questions about yourself, about your business that we're gonna bring to my listeners today. So tell me, Dijana, what is your passion?
I think that I am very multi-passionate. If any of your listeners or yourself know anything about personality types and all this good stuff, I'm 7 on Enneagram, and that means that we get to be and do and have whatever it takes. Like, we just think that we can, I'm very multi-passionate. But one of the biggest passion is actually to see people to uncover their limitless potential. I think that's my, when you see someone, when you meet them, and they tell you a little bit about themselves, and you're just, oh my God, I see so much potential in you, this and this and this. And I think that being a visionary allows me to see how they can actually use those strengths and what they have in a very meaningful way, because I strongly believe that entrepreneurs nowadays are more aware and more conscious about how they influence people beyond just the money. Of course, I'm not saying like money is important, but being that role model, influencing with who you are instead of what you have. So I think that's just so beautiful. I'm passionate about that.
Fantastic. I do understand, and I love your passion about it. I love it, and I totally agree with you as well. And tell me, and why do you do what you do?
This is really like good question, because I think it's also evolving with my vision and my mission, and as you grow, I think that's why it becomes stronger and stronger. When I started my coaching business 3 years ago, and I've been an entrepreneur for 17 years, but specifically online business coaching, when I started, my why was just to not be in a job, and be available for my kids. Because prior to that, I mentioned we moved to Sweden, and I was struggling with finding a job because it wasn't easy. I sent 2,800 applications for a job, which required Swedish. I couldn't speak Swedish, so I got to a place where, with my master's degree and like really great qualifications, highly skilled person, I couldn't got a job. So I ended up in the cleaning industry. So I was a cleaner for a while, and that was kind of a breaking moment for me to realize, what can I do, what am I meant to do, and also to see what I don't want to do. So not being trapped with a boss, with the fixed hours, with having that freedom to decide who I want to work with, how I want to work with, when I'm gonna get up, am I available for my kids? So that, I think that was the initial, I don't want to be in a job where someone will tell me, you need to come here to the office at 7 a.m., 9 p.m., whatever. So that's the biggest. And now I think I'm so probably like, your mission and Women Flix mission is to empower women to just, claim their worth and to express themselves, to I think that we are marching such an incredible era where women are so powerful. And I think seeing women, how they are evolving and how we are not competing with each other anymore, but instead of like, we are creating space and collaboration, and I think that's my why now. Just having powerful tools and platforms where women step together.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you, Dijana. And what made you move to Sweden? It's a big change.
Oh, good question. How much time do we have? I think that was I think that was the reason what we mentioned before, like having this passion, knowing what is my potential, and knowing that I'm meant for more. That was initially that. Now when I reflect back, like being aware when I was in a job, I was working at university. It was an amazing job. I worked with some of the best teams and leaderships. It was really fulfilling job in terms of money and having this great team, great tools, great resources, everything. But within, I was so empty. Yola, at one point, I was so empty that I asked myself, why am I doing this? And my parents are immigrants, so they always taught me, be grateful for what you have and, work hard for it, hustle, grind, study. And I did all of that. I filled all the check boxes in being a perfect daughter, but I kind of failed myself in being my best self. And I think it just dawned on me one day. I just said to my husband, I don't know if I want to do this for the rest of my life, and he said, so what do you want? And I was pregnant with my second daughter, and I got a chance to actually come to Sweden. I got a scholarship for Erasmus postgraduate program, and I said, that's it, that's my wild ticket, let's go. So yeah, it was just it was opportunity and also revelation. I think it was that nudge, I don't feel good.
And that's amazing because your husband stepped into your dream, into your journey, and believed, and he just said, okay, let's do it, let's go. And you are both.
Yeah, well, the good thing is also that he has a brother, so he has a family here, so that was also on the top of that, it was an easy decision for him as well. One thing that was really hard for him is because he doesn't speak English or Swedish, so for him was that a big stretch. But as you said, we support each other. That's why I took the job that was not maybe compliant with my qualifications. So he took he was on a parenting leave and I was working, so that was also kind of cool to we were supporting each other in that way.
I love to hear these stories, Dijana. I really love because we are so powerful, right? And when we see people, then when we see that we're not feeling right, something is missing inside of us, and we try to find that key, and we find the key, so much comes out, like, and you flourish and never stop. And I love to hear.
Yeah. And I want to touch this, what you said, when you find this, something that is off, I think that what happened this year with me, and it doesn't have anything to do with, what's happening in the world. It's more of that I decided to go more on the spiritual path and really discovering who I am, what's my identity, and, what do I love doing. I think that one of the things that I see what women are really struggling with is they are following the society steps and what someone else tells them, or, husband, a mother-in-law, their parents, we are so trapped into following someone else's passion or purpose instead of like really tuning into what do I love doing. And when you put that, oh, that's it. I love drawing, I love art, I love writing, I love speaking, I love, whatever. I love making homemade products, whatever that is. If you have a support system, like, maybe that's a husband, maybe that's, a coach, a mentor, whoever, Womanflix is such a great platform to go and search for help. I think we lack to actually ask for support, for support in our dream journey. I think that's and women are like generally awakening and they say, yes, I need support. How can I get the best support to move forward? So that's cool. That's interesting.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Amazing. I love your answers. I love it. It's so real, because I love them because they real. They are the truth. That's why. And I love it. So you are a coach. And you've been doing for the last, you said, 3 years, right? 3 years. And what is your type of coaching? What is your coach about? Life, business?
So, yeah, I'm business coach, and so I add into business coaching art and the science, how I love to put it, because it's not just me having a degree in business. That's like a practical or theoretical thing, and practical of being an entrepreneur, but also the art. I think that's the beautiful part, is to go into those limiting beliefs, kind of see what is holding us back, because strategies, they can be, you can find in this day and age, we can find whatever strategy on there. You can Google, everything and anything. It's more of what fits my clients and designing their business to their purpose, their needs, and we all have different circumstances in our life. Someone who is in Sweden, their business looks totally different than someone who is in Israel or in India, or in Ukraine, so really giving them the guidance, not so much about, getting them step by steps to do that, but also okay, so what is best fit for me? So how can I actually apply what D is teaching me to my business? So really, kind of applying both art and the science, giving them the tools, but also unwrapping that potential and seeing what is best fit for them.
Yeah, that's good. And who is your type of audience?
So mostly 95% of my audience are moms, 95%. And then once in a while I get a single killer guy, but most of all, my stories, I think that's how I present myself. It's really speaking to moms who want to just, cut the cord from the past that was really holding them back. Maybe that was their, really long past. You shouldn't be wanting more. You shouldn't be thinking about being influencer, writer, or author, whatever. So women really, moms really resonate with me. And also the fact that I have 3 kids, the number one question is, how do you do it all? How do you manage to juggle everything? So moms always come with that question to me. Yeah. So I would say 95% moms in business.
Oh, fantastic. So thank you so much, Dijana. I've got another question, and I know you're going to be able to answer. Is it typical? I find this when I'm seeing, because every question I create for my guests, I always think about myself, and if I would be on your place, what I would say to my in the podcast session. But here we go. Could you share an advice with my listeners and myself about scale and online business? Any advice that you would say?
So just to make sure that I understand, so about scaling online business, is that the question?
Yeah, what advice?
Scale.
Yeah, to scale a business.
Okay, so I think that, so cool. So when we are and I deal with both types of people who are being present offline, and they want to transition online. So they're just starting, but they have that entrepreneurial mindset. So I think scaling for them, it means just to embrace the fact that it's a different machine to work online than it's offline. Most of my clients who work offline and going to the online world is they are yoga practitioners, they are very spiritual, they are comfortable with, we meet someone on the street, we invite them to our yoga class, that's really natural. When it comes to online world, they deal with anxiety around being visible. And I think that's that's really a moment where they realize, okay, so social media, I need to be present there. I'm not saying like every day, but being consistent in what you're doing and, really applying your story. And when it comes to scaling that, I think is just, knowing. A lot of people think that scaling is actually throwing a bunch of bananas out there. It's like really honing into your niche and going really like narrow instead of like really broadening out. Because most of people seeing like, these gurus and influencers that build like these amazing brands. And when they start, they think that they need to do everything. The beauty of it is actually to do one thing and master it. I think that's how you scale the fastest, and really honing into what is your strength, because we realize when it's late that we are filmmaker, videographers, graphic designers, I don't know, so many different stuff that don't move the needle in our business. And we resent the actual thing that is our passion. Right. For example, if it's a yoga teacher, they spend 80% of doing like graphics, social media, videos and all this instead of like actually teaching yoga, and they become resentful. So more that. So do what you do best and try to outsource the rest. That's going to be the most scalable.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for this amazing answer. Very specific and open to anyone that wants to learn how to scale a business. And
I can't hear you. Can you pause?
You can't hear me? Oh. That's all right. We are back. Hello.
The tech stuff.
Okay, good. Yeah, sometimes happens. But there we go. I was about to ask to make my last question. It is, and to say, how can people connect with you and find more about your work? Where they can.
Yeah. One of my favorite platforms right now is Instagram. I don't know since they released Reels, I think that there's like so much fun with those videos and, you being you, being funny, being authentic. We get to dance with our kids and show like what is behind the scenes. So I love Instagram. So I would love for you to connect with me on Instagram. And also one of the things to really enjoy or get to know me more is my podcast, which is Fearless and Successful Show. Wherever you're watching or actually listening to the podcast, you can check that out. So I think these two are the best.
Fantastic. And all these links will be on the description of the podcast. So my listeners, they can get access straight away to Dijana on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, podcast show, and also her website. And another thing, let me mention this now, because you wrote a book and you are giving access to my listeners to the book, right? They can get.
Yes. So book is actually a memoir of 7 stories of how I overcome adversities when moving to Sweden, how I actually got to pick myself up, and some of the things that I implemented. And through these areas of my life, being a mom, being an entrepreneur, being global citizen, I think that will resonate mostly with people who are building a global business, and who preferably moms, because I talk about like this really challenges having a kid, yeah, so that's going to resonate with moms.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm excited because I'm a mom and I'm looking forward to check your book as well, your memoir. Memoir, that's the word.
Yeah.
Let me call just a book.
Yeah, non-fiction book.
But everyone will get access to it will be all the links, everything will be on the description of this podcast. So guys, make sure you click into the description and then you get connected with Dijana. Dijana, once again, thank you so much. I'm very pleased and grateful to meet you. And I'm sure we're going to so much that
So much fun. Thank you so much. You're doing an amazing job. So yeah, thank you so much for having me.
You stay blessed. And
you too.
I'm sure.
Ciao.